There we go. Well, good morning. Day 6. We didn't get we were pretty plumb tuckered out last night and charging all of our phones to make sure we had service to get out of here today. By GPS, it says we got about 4 miles to Timberline. We've already put on a few miles this morning because we took the wrong trail and then had to backtrack. So,
yeah,
2 hours of, well, I guess 1 hour of uphill, 1 hour of downhill. And now we are on the trail. I got to turn around. There you go. There's a trail. We're going that way. We're carrying on. There we go.
I don't know if you can see it. You see that little road all the way over there on that ledge? Yeah, that's our trail. See that? My husband better appreciate this because this is my biggest fear, heights, and I've had to conquer them many, many times. Holy bleep. Are you sure you'll share? All right, be safe. Because you go from snow to desert. There he goes. He beat me. Made it alive.
Well, this last 9 miles is really kicking our butt. I don't know if we're going to make it all 9 today. Yep. Get in there, lady. There we are. Made it to Timberline Lodge. There it is. Took us a little bit longer. What's that? No, we're good. Thank you. What do you think of that? We made it.
Yay! Finally.
Yeah. All right. So here's the deal. We had an incident up on Mount Hood, about 8.5 miles from Timberline. This incident pretty much shut our hiking down for the rest of the year, as far as any long PCT hiking goes. So we hit a big batch of snow up there, and in walking crisscrossing the snow to try to find the trail, my wife fell in I'm not sure what you would call it. I've been calling it a snow cave. But there's a down tree, snow on top of the tree, snow on top of all the branches, and she had stepped on the side of the tree, which you couldn't tell there was a tree there because of all the snow. The snow on top of the branches prevented snow from getting underneath. So it was like a little snow cave. So her foot went down up to her waist with her pack on, side of the hill. She went down, and by the time I turned to get to her, she was all twisted up like a pretzel. Took about an hour or so to get her up out of there. It wasn't life-threatening, so we didn't have to hit the SOS button or anything like that. But we got her up. I got both her pack and my pack up. I let her sit and relax. I say that like I let her. She didn't have a choice. She was in pain. I found the trail. I got the packs over to the trail. I got her and helped her hobble over to the trail, and we sat and kind of figured things out, and she determined she was good enough to go. So we carried on with our trek. After, let's see, it was the same day. We're up on the ridge, more snow. We could see the trail, but behind me, I heard a scream, and I turned in time to see her going downhill again and grabbing a tree, and I looked it up on this terminology, so this was called a tree well. So the snow was there, but then where the branches overhung, there was no snow. So there's about 5 foot of empty space right under the tree. She grabbed the branch broke in the tree well, hit the other side of that embankment, busted through that snow, carried on to the next tree, which was about 5 or 6 feet open space between branches, and hit that tree well. Bruised up, scraped up, and I couldn't hardly move because I was on the side of the hill. Anyways, got everything taken care of, got my pack over. She had thrown her pack up where I could grab it, and then she had to use her trekking poles to actually make footholds in to try to climb up out of there while I'm trying to get to her. Long story short, we got her up and out. It took a while. Assessed the situation again. She was fine. We hiked out. We found a spot to camp. I believe that was where we camped at Paradise Loop Trail, I believe was where we camped there. So the next day we had about 4 miles to get to Timberline. Funny situation. The sign to the PCT trail was busted. Somebody was kind enough to put it back up, but the arrows pointed the wrong way. So we spent the first 2 hours of that 6th morning hiking the wrong direction. Well, there and back was the full 2 hours. Anyway, we got on the right trail. We were on our way out. It was slow going. There was a lot more snow. We had to locate the trail again. Climbing up over patches where I'd have to go across, drop my pack, come back and get her pack, drop it off, and come back and help her up over a bunch of the snow. About a mile and a half to Timberline, there was a nice family that came by and offered to take her pack and take it to Timberline. They did. And I dropped it off at the desk, so that last mile and a half she didn't have to pack her pack, which was nice. So we get to Timberline, we get all situated out. Friends and family come and took care of us, got us back into town where we get to the ER. And it turns out she has fractured a few bones in her feet, torn ligaments. Let's see. Fractured bones, torn ligaments, and something else. I'm drawing a blank now.
Just massive trauma to the legs. Bruising, swelling.
Yeah, bruising, swelling, the legs all the way up to the knees and past. So our trip is done for this year. We'll plan to do it again next year. It was fun. So we got, I think the maps say it's like 50 miles from Cascade Locks to Timberline. So we got our 50 miles in. And a trooper of a wife to hike out that last 8.5 on messed up legs. So, yeah. So, anyways, keep watching. We have a few pictures after this little segment of the trip. The last 2 days we didn't get a lot of video because of the situation and me stressing to get us on out of there before things got bad or worse. We were also getting notification that they were predicting a big snowstorm up on Hood, and I didn't want to get stuck up there. If that would have been this KISS situation, I would have hit that SOS button. And then we have life flight insurance too, so try to get her a trip on a helicopter. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh no, she hates heights. So yeah, so now I'm gonna hit my phone button here, and that way, oh, you can see the legs. Well, you can't really see the bruising, but you can see she's all bandaged up, booted up. Hello. Booted up and whatnot. So everything's looking good. We're still alive. All is wonderful. And we are alive to try again next year. So this is something that's on the bucket list. So it's going to happen. We just got to hit the rest of it, and we'll do it next year. Take care. Enjoy. Hope you like the footage. If you keep watching, hope you like the pictures we got. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. We'll see you on the next one. I want to thank all my friends and family, everybody that helped out to make this trip possible. Taking care of our dogs, feeding our animals, our alpacas and our Texas doll sheep, and coming in and watering and taking care of our snakes and taking care of the snake eggs and the new snake babies. I also want to do a huge thank you to the family that packed my wife's pack out that last mile and a half or so. It made it a little bit easier for her to hobble out on her fractured, torn tendon, ligament feet. Thank you all very much, and I hope you all enjoyed the videos. And thank another friend for coming to our rescue and coming down and picking us up and getting us off the mountain where we could get into an ER. Thank you all very much.